Hello and good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. And our topic today is manipulation, especially manipulate with ease. And like, how many points of view do we have about manipulation? That actually what manipulation means, what it is, and how to do it. Like, how many times have you been made wrong? Or yeah, how many times they told you like you are manipulative? Or they told you that like anyone who would manipulate, that's wrong, that's abusing people, that's like um yeah, that's misleading people or the tricking people. So it's something to be judged. It's not right, it's it's not fair. But actually, when we say like if you are unwilling to manipulate others, then they will manipulate you. And what does it mean? And okay, so one thing is manipulation. And just to clarify, the meaning of manipulation is create something greater, not just for yourself, but for the people manipulated as well. So it's creating greater for you and them. And the other part, like there is another thing which actually is control. Because when you control someone, you do it in order to stop them. Okay? It will contract their reality, so they will stop creation. So when you have a point of view that someone is too much, what you do, out of fear, out of judgment, you start to control them. And so when people try to sort of like tell you that manipulation is wrong, actually they mix it up. Energetically, they mean that manipulation, instead of manipulation, they mean controlling people is wrong. So, because when you can manipulate people, what it does, it's bringing them out of their stuck point of view or of lies that they are functioning from. So actually it creates greater. It brings them more spaciousness. So again, when you think that, and when you have sort of like resistance towards manipulation, it's actually not regarding manipulation, but it's about control. And here comes another thing. When you are unwilling to manipulate others, you are unwilling to have power, to be and show up as powerful that you are. So everywhere you made it wrong, everywhere you decided you shouldn't be powerful, or it's not right to have power, because people will judge you, they will shame you, they will try to reject you. So anything that is up for you, will you destroy and uncreate, eliminate and eradicate? So actually, we would like to invite you to an evening class that is about letting go of all the points of view and all the lies that we bought into about manipulation. Like, this is one thing. Get rid of anything, any resistance you have towards manipulation, because manipulation is creating greater. Manipulation is a tool to communicate with people who are unwilling to listen and unwilling to receive from you. And also to start to recognize that you are powerful and you are allowed to have and use and claim your power. Because when you are manipulating others, you're actually having such a power that others are afraid of. Like, imagine that if a lot of, like, if there is a group of people who would control others, then knowing that you can manipulate them, like get out of the control, You know, they would try to shame you because it's not good for them. So everywhere you let yourself manipulated, however, it's not manipulation, but control. So anywhere you let yourself controlled, you actually make yourself more powerless. And also, if you are unwilling to manipulate others, then you also unwilling to become successful because you are totally against yourself and you decided that being powerful is wrong. Like, where have you decided that you and everyone else should function from the same level of capacities, the same level of skills, the same level of power? Like, we are all equal. And if you had any capacity that's beyond others, you're not allowed to use that. So everywhere you function from that, will you please destroy and uncreate? Because those who try to control you, they know that you may have more power, but if they control you, you buy into all these lies and you will be the one who limit your own power. So you will become powerless just like anyone else. So is here the time to claim back your power, claim back your consciousness, your awareness, your knowing, your access to information, your access to capacities and energy and to consciousness. So anything that doesn't allow you to function from your power, function from the space of the infinite being you are, will you destroy and uncreate, eliminate and eradicate, and actually everywhere it belongs to others, will you return it back to them, the way it belongs to them. And just make a few steps forward, like what may happen if you start to function from the power that you truly have? Like if you start to use manipulation to create greater with others. And you may be afraid of that again. You will be ashamed, or maybe you will be punished. But are you willing to not just have your power and your awareness about situations, but also to use it? Not just having it, but also using that too. And everywhere you decided you have to sort of like hide your power and your capacities. Are you willing to recognize what are the situations when it creates greater if you're not hiding yourself and your capacities, but you start to like make it visible? So, and actually, where have you decided that manipulation is something hard, it's something really complex, it's really uncomfortable because it's beyond your capacities? Like, which are those, yeah, what have you decided that manipulation is actually lying to people or misleading people or abusing people? And everywhere you made it wrong or everywhere you made it unfair, like it's an unfair advantage if you manipulate others. Like it's unfair to use your power, but each and every situation and each and every tool has its time, has its yeah, has its own reality when it creates greater. Just like with a knife. Like with a knife, you can slice bread and you can put butter on the bread, but also you can use it as a weapon. Like you can hurt others. It's just a tool, and it's a question how you use it, in which situation it will create greater. So are you willing to function from that question, like what creates greater and what are the tools that I could use here? And actually, are you willing to know it, like be aware of that each and every time, each and every situation, even if there is a complex conversation, like, you know, you have a conversation with someone, and how many times did you have this idea that a conversation is something that is really fast? Like the energies that are flowing, it's they're flowing really quickly, and it's hard to recognize like what will be the tool right now. Like it requires you to think much quicker, to be very, very present, and the whole thing feels like very contracted and heavy. Like everywhere you decided like manipulating others is something really complex and hard and uncomfortable. So you destroy and uncreate, eliminate and eradicate for eternity. Right and wrong, good and bad, put and pop, all 100 shorts, boys, forwards, bases, creations, and beyond. And so this is an invitation that are you willing to have ease with manipulation? Are you willing to use manipulation for your own advantage? But there is a trick. It's not just for you. Because if you are truly manipulating, it creates greater for others because you help them to get out of their stuck points of view, to get out of the lies that they stuck in, that they function from. So it's contributing to their life. And also when you manipulate others, it sort of like makes them to start to create their life. Like you're moving out of, you make them move out of being stuck and not creating anything into the space that they start to create. Okay, so it's an extremely amazing tool. Also, it's really empowering for you when you truly recognize the power, the capacities of manipulation. It's like claiming back your powers and become the unstoppable, infinite being you are. So this is what we would like to go to that direction of applying manipulation. And like first, recognize if this is manipulation or if that is control, like abusing you. Once we get to that point of recognition, the other thing is willing to be that, willing to use that, willing to apply that and claim back your power. And then there is another section which is about going to the direction of manipulating in different life situations, like manipulate to create greater in your relationship, manipulate to create greater in your business, with your body, and with your health. Like there is another section which is manipulating yourself into greater consciousness. How can I manipulate myself to become more conscious, to use and like use the tools of consciousness with greater ease? So we are going to have such a unique class and inviting everyone. This is going to happen next week, the 9th and 10th of July. In the evening from 7:30 till 9 p.m. Taiwan time. So really looking forward to everyone who is excited to join. And yeah, anyone has a question? Like just imagine that what would you create if you can truly use the tools of manipulation with ease, even without thinking? Like, how many situations did you face in your life? Let's say there was someone who were like, you had a conversation and they were unwilling to listen to you. Like they were unwilling to hear you or to receive from you. And no matter what you've told them or no matter what you did, they were just staying there and, you know, fighting for their truth. And actually, if you were willing to use manipulation, you could change that. And how many times can you use it actually? Like there is a very simple tool, the energy flows, you know, where you have the 4 different energy flows. That's a tool for manipulation to create connection with people. I see, is that true? There is a question, please. You mean as part of control, or it's not control? Out of. Okay. Okay. Um, okay. You can manipulate people if you are willing to function from question and receiving them. And the other thing is, you can only, what you create with this, you get out of control. And this is really, 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 really important, that if you are unwilling to be manipulated, like if you judge and resist manipulation, then what you do, you allow others to manipulate and control you, because you will not recognize it when it happens. Because of your resistance, you will not recognize any aspects of control and manipulation. So anyone can easily do that with you. So they will control you. If you would like to get out of control, you have to start manipulate people and situations, even yourself. So when you start to use manipulation, it's a way to get out of control. Like, this is why we use manipulation, so no one can control us. Like, if there is someone who is playing the victim with you, they are trying to control you by being a victim. If you start to manipulate them, you make them move out of that position of being a victim. So first, they cannot control you. Second, they will move out of that situation, of that stuck lie. Anything else? And thank you for the question. I think there is a funny example about manipulation. Like, Gary Douglas had a conversation with a young girl, and she was talking about that, like, what should she do when, like, man is trying to pick her up? A lot of men was sort of like chasing her, and she was unable to, make them stay away. And then Gary Douglas gave her a couple of lines. Like, one of these was, like, you can say that, like, I'm really grateful that you propose, like, to become your girlfriend. It's really nice. But I'm afraid that like, I wouldn't be valuable enough or great enough for you. I'm not as special that you think I am. And then she said, yeah, but they're still wanting me. Okay, but then you can tell them that, yeah, we can get together, like, I'm having sex with 3 boys every night, and you can be a fourth if you want. So, there is an essence here that, like, if someone is stuck in a point of view, like someone is functioning from a lie, and they keep, let's say in this situation, the man was trying to get this girl as become their girlfriend. And they didn't care about anything, but there was sort of like an exit stage for them. And this exit stage was that if this girl is sort of like having something extremity, like sexually extreme thing, that would mean they cannot own her, they cannot make her privately their own thing, their own object, then they would walk away. And this is really amazing that you are willing to recognize what is this exit stage that makes them, like, leave you alone. So for them, this back door was like this, like when the girl said, like, I'm sleeping with 3 guys every night, you can become the 4th. which it wasn't true. It was a tool to get rid of these guys. So what have you decided? What is it that you are unwilling to be or say or do in order to manipulate people? And everything you are unwilling to say or do, it will stop you, not them. It's like there are rules, and like we think that we have to live by rules, by the rules of this society, by the rules of others. But the rules are made by those who are on the top of the hierarchy to control you. And once you start to function from like willing to manipulate others, you get out of control and beyond rules and regulations. How much you are suppressed by rules and regulations, how much your creativity, your greatness is pushed down or forced to be hidden. And are you willing to be and go beyond all limitations? Did we have another question or? Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely. Freak them out. Because it was like showing the girl that she's so powerful, not as an object that you can just take and use like a doll, but she showed up as powerful. And which are the situations when you have to really use an extreme example or an extreme lie to manipulate others to decide, okay, better not to play with this girl, with this person. Are you willing to be that powerful? And each situation brings a different story. And are you willing to sort of like, come on, be part of this adventure and start to manipulate others and have your own amazing stories, like figure it out, like what amazing tools you can use, what lines you can use in such situations. Yes. Yeah. This is why manipulation is a really amazing tool to become as powerful as you truly be, like reclaim your power and become successful. If you truly want to become successful, you have to show up as powerful that you truly be, and you have to be willing to use and apply your power when it creates greater. Cool. So we are going to have 2 evening sessions, like next Wednesday and Thursday from 7:30 till 9 p.m. And there will be audio recordings, of course, and looking forward to seeing you and having all your questions. Like we have a registration form, and when you fill the form, there is a line where you can put all your questions and anything that the topic comes up that you would like to receive facilitation as well. So we will bring up your topics and your questions. So it will be also not just the class, but also a Q&A, like a question and answer session for you. And what contribution it can be for all your amazing questions. Cool. Yeah. So again, we will share the registration forms. Please come and join us, make your payment, and have fun. So be the powerful, amazing creator that you truly are. Cool. And thank you for joining us. And see you very soon. Bye. See you. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Iris.